Music publishing, navigating your career by your values. What are your values? Have you ever wondered why some songs become global hits while others struggle to find an audience? You may think that's what you have to do, but nowadays, not really. Artists become successful. How do they fulfill their careers without doing that in the music industry? So the partners in your song success are the music publishers, which would be like the unsung heroes, ironically, of your favorite songs. If there were no music publishers collecting royalties for the songs that those artists are singing and or writing, then they wouldn't be in the position to do anything. And that is how it works. So having music, but not registering your music to collect the proper royalties is like going to work without punching in on the clock. So yeah, you're working, but the time and effort during the hours that you're working is not being received by any kind of system. So you don't get paid for it. You remain broke, and that's not good. So music publishers, the unsung heroes of the music industry, they're the professionals who champion songwriters like us and composers and help navigate the complex world of music licensing, copyright, royalty collection, and beyond. But let's get with the basics. So think of music publishers as your song's personal agents. They wear many hats. So we have music publishers that do song placement. They pitch your songs to artists, TV, film, producers, advertisers, and other potential users. You have licensing and copyright. They handle legal aspects of licensing your music for various uses and make sure you receive the proper credit compensation that you're looking for. Royalty collection, they track where your music is being used and collect royalties from radio play, streaming services, live performances, and other sources. Career development, some music publishers will help with career development. So you have music publishers that offer guidance and support and help songwriters grow their careers and develop to their full potential. So basically, the different types of music publishers, we have music publishers that are different. Not all are created equal. They may have different things that they do as far as what kind of royalties they collect, or if they pitch songs to TV shows and movies and artists, they may not do that. They may just administer. Let's get into it. So basically there's various types, but they each focus on their own approach. We have independent publishers. These are smaller companies that often specialize in specific genres or niche markets. Then we have major publishers, which are large corporations, which have extensive resources and global reach. Then we have administration publishers. Primarily, their focus is on royalty collection and copyright management, protecting your music. Why values matter in music publishing. This is why I open up with what are your values. So choosing the right music publisher is crucial for your success. So it's not only about finding someone who can get your songs placed. If you're looking for that, it's about finding a partner who shares your values and understands your artistic vision. So consider a few questions. What are your goals as a songwriter? Are you looking for commercial success, artistic recognition, or a combination of both? What kind of music do you write? Is it the right genre, in other words? Or does your music publisher do every genre? What are your values? Does the music publisher approach and align with your beliefs about music and creativity? In other words, are they going out to collect money from your royalty from your music in the way that you're making the music? And if you're promoting it and doing your job to making sure it gets heard, you're definitely generating those royalties to be paid out. So are they able to collect what you produce? And are they adamant in doing that? The power of aligning with the right publisher. So there's several factors to consider before financial gain. There's usually a set standard for a percentage, and is it comfortable enough? Because you can do this stuff yourself, but you would have to love paperwork to death because you're collecting royalties from overseas, which is different than collecting royalties here. And there's several organizations that you would have to individually file for your songs to be protected, or you can have a music publisher do all of it for you. The terms of the contract. So are the terms fair? Are they favorable to you as a songwriter? Ultimately, the best music publishers are the ones that share your values and vision. This is why that's important, and they can help you achieve your goals while staying true to your artistic integrity, and they'll help by collecting the money that you would have never made if you never worked with a music publisher, because you may not be aware of all the royalties available to you, and they are. What are your values? Create the synergy. Your music is likely to reach the right audience. Your career can flourish and you can impact lives and still get paid for it as an independent artist without being a household name. Just collaborating or partnering with the right music publisher could make or break your career, because again, performing and releasing music without registering your music for publishing is almost like going to work at a regular job and not punching in on the time clock. But imagine where, like me, I have 20 years of music in the music industry, was signed to a label, everything. We can get into that another time. But artists don't learn about this stuff, and I was one of them, obviously. So I'm bent on it now. But finding out years later, it's a headache, because you're like, oh, I have to go back and try to collect 20 years of music. Music publishing. It's a lot. And it's enough to make a difference in your entire life, but it's a headache that you don't want if you can avoid it now. So basically, I say don't have the song be complete until the song is registered in with your ASCAP, which would be MI, with the MLC, the Mechanical Licensing Collective, who collect royalties that ASCAP and BMI don't collect. We can get into that another time. But having that knowledge of registering your music with a music publisher, at least, you can rest assured that you're comfortable and you're paid, and your music is producing money, and you're getting paid the money that you know that it's making. So that's better than making music, putting it on SoundCloud and sitting there and it's getting plays, and you're thinking it's not producing money, and it is, but you're never collecting it because you don't know about it. And then if you're making music and you're not really promoting it, or you're not getting that many streams or whatever, it may not matter. But if you're actually like wanting to make music, you probably have money that's sitting somewhere that you don't know about, because one stream on Spotify generates about 3 to 4 different types of royalty simultaneously as you get that stream, and that stream produces money for your DSP, your platform that you release your music through, whether it's TuneCore or it's Muse or it's Ditto or it's DistroKid or whatever. The money that they're paying you is different than the money that you could also be collecting that's being produced by that single stream on Spotify, because one organization does not collect all the types of royalties that are produced and sent out to the other organizations. And you realize that when you start looking at your statements inside of your ASCAP, your statements inside of your MLC, your statements inside of your Sound Exchange accounts, and seeing that it's different. The payouts will be different. But we can get into that another time. But as far as looking for the right music publisher, we can understand that the right music publisher aligns with our values and is able to collect the money that we are producing everywhere, no matter where we are in the world, because their administration process covers everything that you are not willing to do as an artist, because you shouldn't be having paperwork and copyrighting your music and registering it for everything when you want to be creating the music. You can have music publishers do that for you, and you can free up your time and produce more music instead of more paperwork for yourself, which would be more of a headache. So anyways, we're going to end it there. I'm working on cutting these podcasts down because I know it's a lot of content, and I'm trying to make it simple in bite-sized pieces so it can be digested and applied immediately. So as for now, MyMusicPublisher, because you don't have to look far if you have the solution in front of you. Anyways, we'll talk soon, and let's see how this sounds.